Good evening. I'm Andy Andrews. Obviously, I'm honored and privileged to be here tonight, being inducted into the Southern Tennis Hall of Fame. You know, tennis meant so much to me as a kid. It meant so much to me as a junior, and then it meant so much to me as a college tennis player, and then as a pro level. You know, we all grow up as kids having dreams, and I can't explain to you what the feeling was like when I was growing up my entire life dreaming of playing in the Grand Slam or a U.S. Open or a Wimbledon. And then all of a sudden, 3 months after college, I walk out on center court at the U.S. Open to play Yannick Noah, living out a dream. You know, people talk about it, not many people get to do it. And that dream kept happening. And I was fortunate enough to stay out there a while. I stayed out there 3 years and got in the top 100, got in the top 30 in doubles. And all of a sudden, I break my hand. So in reality, my career is over. The whole thing that I've dreamed of doing my entire life, having a wonderful time, making enough money to survive. There was no money. To give you an idea, it was about $250 to lose that match to Yannick Noah in the fifth set in the first round of the U.S. Open. So it wasn't exactly like we were playing for these grand prizes that people are playing for today. So you were playing for the love of the game. You didn't grow up thinking you were going to get rich playing tennis. But it was something I got a chance to travel the world. I got a chance to play all the Grand Slams and singles and doubles. And then, you know, you wake up one day and that whole life is over. The dream's gone. So, you know, I took that determination, that strength, that courage, that love of the journey, what I learned about traveling around the world without a cell phone, without Wi-Fi. Not many of them even understood Southern. So I was in a place and I went to countries I couldn't imagine going to. I saw more poor than I ever thought was even on this earth. So it made me appreciate being an American. It made me appreciate the effort that you put in problem solving as a young man. And then all of a sudden you wake up and you're going and starting a new career and just you're no longer any different than anybody else. So I took that same attitude and I tried it in business. And you know, one of the cute things about traveling back in those days, well, there was no TV, there was no phones. There was no English in these countries I was in. So what you would do is you would practice all day, and then you go back to your hotel room, you take a shower, and I wandered around the city because it was safe back in those days. And so I ended up going in all the buildings because there was no guards. And so I would just go to the top of buildings and look and see all these great cities, Singapore, Hong Kong, Japan, Paris, London, you know, Sydney, Sao Paulo, Toronto, New York. And I just had this feeling that I was going to get into real estate. And I don't know why, I don't know how. But lo and behold, I took that attitude of tennis. If I could work that hard, I wasn't that good, and get to the Grand Slams, and maybe I could do it in business. And so I took that same attitude and took it to the next level and just busted my ass for 19 years learning the trade, and then started my own firm. And now we've done over $3.5 billion of developments in 12 cities. In my business, I've put to work 38,000 people at an average salary, hourly wage of $27 an hour. So taking what I learned in tennis on how to go from the bottom to the top, to take it to business is, you know, I owe the game everything. And so while I was making this journey, I decided, you know, I do owe the game everything, so I needed to give back. So I got involved as a volunteer. And I was volunteering in Southern, and I was volunteering in the USTA on a national level. And got to, they asked me, because of my development expertise, they asked me to head the major construction committee, which was overseeing the $1 billion transformation at the U.S. Open, Cincinnati, and create the Orlando Tennis Center. So, you know, I really had a wonderful time doing that, learned a lot, met a lot of great people. We came in on time, on budget at the U.S. Open with the 2 new roofs. I was very proud of all the effort that we put in. And, you know, I couldn't even be more proud to be elected to be chairman, but I had to, you know, take a step back, take care of my baby girl who died of cancer 3 years ago. So anyway, I took that as a part of the journey, life's journey, that I had a great deal of fun. Everybody's got some agony they have to deal with. So being here tonight is a culmination of all those years that, you know, I gave back to tennis, and I continue to give back through sponsoring many events and doing anything that I can. So mighty honored and proud to get this award, and thank you.